যে আনিল প্রেমাদান পরম কাছো
Because Krishna is not under Maya. Maya is under Krishna. What's an example to teach us this point? How can we understand that Krishna is not under Maya, Maya is under Krishna? There's an example that you can use which will help you understand. Krishna is like the sun. And Maya, what does Maya mean? The illusion, right? Maya means the material energy. Krishna is like the sun, and Maya is like a cloud. Can the cloud cover the sun? Does a cloud cover the sun? Does it? It does. Which is bigger, a cloud or the sun? Huh? The sun. How come she's getting the answer? Where are these boys? Smart, clever boys. Hey, sit over here. It's not fair to her that she has to take all the heat. Okay, now we have some real smart elves. Okay, which is bigger, the sun or cloud? So can the sun be covered by a cloud? It can. Then why is it that on a cloudy day you can't see the sun? You just said that the sun cannot be covered by a cloud. Then explain why on a cloudy day you can't see the sun. No idea? Does it mean that the sun is being covered by a cloud, or is something else covered by the cloud? Huh? Then why can't we see the sun? There's someone else who's covered by the clouds. Who is that? No idea? No idea? Who's on the ground? Who is looking at the sun? We are, right? So the clouds are covering whom? Yes. Are the clouds bigger than the people? Yes. Are they bigger than the sun? No. So can they cover the sun? No. But who can they cover? Okay. So on a cloudy day, is it the sun that is covered or the people? Right. And if the people cannot see the sun, what is the reason? Because they're covered by the clouds. Their vision is covered by the clouds, right? So in this example, Krishna is like the sun. Maya is like a cloud. And we are the people. So if we can't see, so can the clouds, can the Maya cover Krishna, or does Maya cover the people? Right. And if the people can't see Krishna, why is that? Because the Maya is covering their vision, right? So this example is given. We should understand this example. That if anyone says that Krishna is under the effect of Maya, Krishna is a product of Maya, Krishna is created by the material energy, Krishna is a temporary creation. No. Krishna is like the sun. He's beyond the control of Maya. Actually, it's explained that the clouds, which contain water, are created by the action of the sun. How does the water get in the clouds? Yeah, by evaporating, right? The sun evaporates the water from the ocean, isn't it? And stores them in the clouds. So the clouds are creation of the sun. So something which is the product, or something which is the effect or the result of something else, it cannot be greater. The effect cannot be greater than the cause. The cause must be greater than the effect. Because without the cause, there can be no effect. So if the cloud is an effect and the cause is the sun, then the sun is greater than the cloud. Similarly, Maya is the effect and Krishna is the cause. So Krishna must be greater than Maya. And here he says, Maya yakshena prakrite suyate sacharachanam etunanena konteya jagati parivartate. This material nature is producing everything, moving and non-moving. But this material nature is working under my direction. That is one thing. Fools. Fools. Who are those fools? Who do you think it's going to be? Who is Krishna going to call a fool here? Before, he already called some people fools. Those he called who work like a donkey? Remember? What is the word in Sanskrit for fool? Mudha. 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 Say that? Right, mudha. The next time you see someone who's working hard simply for material life, you're going to say, you are a mudha. One time I mentioned this in that book, Servant of the Servant. We were doing some program at someone's house, some Western people's homes. So the man said that you all have spiritual names. He said, I want a spiritual name. He said, give me a spiritual name. So I said, okay, your name is Mudha. So he went around to everyone in the party saying, my name is Mudha. I am Mudha. So now again the word Mudha. Avajananti man Mudha. Now who are the fools this time? Krishna says, fools deride me when I descend in a human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. Again, this is the same point we just made. Persons who think that God has become a human being, or that, never mind God, persons who think that Krishna is a human being, some ordinary person, or that the Brahman, the supreme, unmanifested, unformed everything, has now taken a material shape. Sometimes impersonalists say like this, right? Do you believe that Krishna is God? No, no, no. God is beyond form. God is beyond words. God is beyond name. He is beyond qualities. He is beyond everything. That thing which has no quality, no name, no form. This is how they will talk. That is God. And who is Krishna? Because you cannot understand that type of God, God comes with a form. He takes a material form and shape just so you can understand. And Krishna says, such persons are mudhas. They are the fools, biggest fools of all. Because they don't understand that I have a transcendental nature. My nature is not mundane, it is transcendental. Param bhavam ajananto param bhavam, my transcendental nature. And what is his transcendental nature? Mama bhutam ishvaram. I am the supreme proprietor of everything. Long purport, I found a 5-page purport. These are all very important verses. Those who are thus bewildered. You remember in the 8th chapter, we heard about the Mudhas, the Naradamas, the Maya Pritikanis, the Asuras. Again now we're hearing about a whole group of bewildered persons. Those who are thus bewildered, remember in the 8th chapter it said what? They're duskritina. They're impious. And what happens when someone is impious? What thing can they not do? They cannot do service to God. If someone has got no piety, if he's a duskritina, then he cannot serve God. He cannot engage in God's service. And the same point is being made here. Those who are bewildered are attracted by demoniac and atheistic views. in that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation. What does liberation mean? Not always. It may mean going back to Godhead. Yeah, that's right. Who said that? Right, that's the correct one. Here, their hopes for liberation, at least liberation means no more suffering. Their hopes, because they get free from the material existence. Their hope for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. This is very good. In other words, this is a total defeat for such persons. People who are fools, who are mudhas, those who are mudhas, who deride Krishna's transcendental position, who are atheists, who don't believe in God, how are they going to suffer? Krishna says in 3 ways. First, they're not going to get liberated. They're never going to get free from their material suffering. Although that's what they said they want to do, they're never going to get free from their material suffering. And their fruitive activities, their desire for happiness in this world is going to be frustrated. They're not going to get that. And their culture of knowledge, their desire to understand everything, that's also going to be baffled. These persons are going to be blocked on every level. And that's exactly what happens. You see these big scientists with their material scientists, so much money and energy at their disposal, and they can't understand the simplest thing about life. They really can't. They keep thinking, at any moment we're going to create life in a test tube. That's what they think. They're so foolish. They can't understand anything. So their culture of knowledge is all defeated. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded. Now, Krishna tells us about the next group. Do you remember in the 8th chapter the same thing happened? First we heard about the 4 types of persons who cannot engage in devotional service. And what did Krishna do right after that? He says there are 4 types. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukatina arjuna ko jignasa artharthi Gyani cha bharata sava. 4 types of persons do serve me. Now the same thing happens. It's interesting to see how, when we study the Gita, there are many similar instructions which repeat themselves in various chapters. This is very much a parallel to the previous chapter. Now he says, O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, that means the devotees, the great souls, Mahatmanas, Tumam Bharatas, Mahatma. What is a Mahatma? Mahatma, a great soul. Who is a great soul? Mahatmanas Tumam, yes. So Mahatma means a great soul, a broad-minded soul, a devotee of the Lord. Those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. The divine nature. This is different. This divine nature is different than material nature. This is different. Devi Prakriti. Devi Prakriti. The spiritual energy. They're under the energy. Who is the original spiritual energy? Srimati Radharani. Those who are devotees are under the protection of Radharani. How do we know when Radharani is protecting us? We see her hand like this. When you go to the temple, what does Radharani's hand do? When I told you, when these deities were being made, I had ordered them to be in a dancing position. Dancing position for Radharani is like this. But then, while they were being carved, I had a dream. And Radharani, in the dream, said that she wanted her hand to be like this, blessing the devotees. So I immediately telegrammed to India, and they were making the deity, and they changed the deities to be like this. That's a fact. And you can see, anyway, if you ever dress the deity, you'll see how her arm is a little bit unusual here. That's because they had to change the position of the arm while they were carving. That's the reason. Radharani changed their move. This is the reason why the arm is like that, the right arm. not a mistake on the person who carves. Right in the middle, of the carving, we have to change according to this direction. So this seeing the hand of Radharani means, Prabhupada says, the devotee feels the protection of Radha and Krishna. The great souls are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service. This is the protection. How are we protected by Srimati Radharani? When we engage in her service and the service of Krishna. This is how we get protected. No other way. It's not as if Radharani blesses us for no reason. What is the blessings of Srimati Radharani? Her permission to engage in the service of Krishna. Without Radharani's permission, we cannot serve our Master Krishna. Because actually Krishna is the property of Radharani. Krishna is completely controlled by Radharani. So if you want to serve Krishna, you have to take permission from Radharani. Radharani is Vrindavaneshwari. She controls Vrindavan. Everything. She's the party boss. It's like they have these big controllers in the different parties, like in the mafia, somebody was a big controller, controlled everything. So in the spiritual world, Vrindavan is controlled by Radharani. Everyone is under her direction. So if we want to engage in devotional service to Krishna, then we have to beg for Radharani's mercy. And that's why Prabhupada says in Vrindavan, everyone chants, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Other places they chant Jai Sri Krishna. But in Vrindavan they chant Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Actually, Jai Sri Krishna means the same. Because Sri is Radharani. Sri is Lakshmi. So Lakshmi means Radha originally. So Jai Sri Krishna. Jai also is another name for Lakshmi Devi. So Jai Sri is Radha. So Jai Sri means Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna. Someone says Jai Sri Krishna, it means Radha Krishna. But directly saying Jai Radhe, that says everything. Begging for Radharani's mercy. They are fully engaged in devotional service. Who? The Mahatmas. This is a Mahatma. If someone says, I am a Mahatma, you say, how are you a Mahatma? Are you serving Krishna? I don't believe in Krishna. You believe in Krishna. But I'm a Mahatma. I don't believe in Krishna, but I'm a Mahatma. No, it's not possible. That's contradictory. If you're a Mahatma, you must be believing in Krishna. And if you believe in Krishna, you'll never call yourself a Mahatma. You'll say you're the servant of the Mahatmas. And they are always engaged in devotional service. Why? Because they know Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. That is why they serve Krishna. Because they know that Krishna is the Lord of all. And what else do they do? Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upashate. Another very important verse. They always chanting my glories, Krishna says. Endeavoring with great determination. Bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Very important. This is the activities of the devotees. What are these activities? Let's hear it again. Always chanting my glories. Satatam. When? 1 hour a day? 2 hours a day? What does it say? Always. Continuously. All the time chanting my glories. All the time. And endeavoring with determination. What does determination mean? To keep trying to do something. If you try and try and try again and again and again and again, being very fixed, dhridavrataha, fixed determination. Who has fixed determination? Someone who is Krishna conscious, not someone who is an enjoyer. Bhogaishvarya prashaktanam. Those who are too much attached to material opulence and sense enjoyment cannot be fixed in determination for devotion to Krishna. So, with great determination. What is the example given of determination? You remember the picture in the Bhagavad Gita of a little sparrow bird who was sitting next to the ocean, and the big Garuda is standing next to him? Her? Do you remember that picture? The sparrow, you know what a sparrow is? The sparrow laid her eggs on the shore of the ocean, and the big ocean waves came and took her eggs away. So she said, "Give me back my eggs." But the ocean said, "Ha ha ha. You are just a little bird, and I am the great ocean." She said, "Well, I'll show you. I will drink off all the water from your big ocean, and I will get my eggs back." And she began to start to pick out the water from the ocean. A little bird, this big, standing on the beach, drinking the water. So you may say, she is a fool to do that. Very foolish. No, because this little bird had a great brother. Do you know who the brother of this bird was? Garuda, who's the king of the birds. So when Garuda saw that his little sister was in trouble, he immediately came to the ocean and he said, "Now you must return the eggs, because I am the carrier of Vishnu, and I can easily drink up all this water in one go." Then the ocean became very much afraid, and the ocean returned the eggs to the little sparrow. So what does this story teach us? If we remain determined, if we are fixed, determined to try and try and try, then Krishna and Krishna's devotee will surely help us. What does Krishna tell Arjuna to declare boldly? My devotee shall never be vanquished, defeated. My devotee who serves me will never be defeated. So if you want to serve Krishna, nothing will ever defeat you. And that has been shown again and again and again. So that's the second thing. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, and bowing down before me. Bowing down before me. When we come in the temple room, we bow down. If you don't bow your head before the Lord, then what is your head? It is a heavy burden for the shoulders. You know what a heavy burden is? Like when you go shopping and your mom gives you all these big bags to hold on to, right? And it becomes very heavy, isn't it? Right? You have that experience? So in the same way, your head becomes like those heavy bags for your shoulders. Your shoulders feel very much the heavy weight of your head if your head is not used for bowing down before the deity. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So we're going to stop at this point. Ask if anyone has any questions or comments. Questions? You're going to let me go early. All right. So we'll have some kirtan. So we will be going tomorrow. We'll go to Detroit. We have some meetings there for two days. Sunday and Monday we have meetings, but I'll return Monday night. And Tuesday is Ekadashi, so we're keeping the program at the temple. Is that right? Tuesday night program will be at the temple. We will start from where we left off here in the Gita. So let's have some kirtan. We also want to thank our devotees who came from far places. Vishwambar Das will be, and Hashmukh, his friends, are going back to Dallas and then to England, right? But tomorrow they're leaving. And Brihaspati, where is it there? Brihaspati Das, he's originally from the Philippines. He's going back to Dallas, and then he'll be going to Philadelphia. Maybe that's why he went to Philadelphia. Philippines, Philadelphia. So maybe he thought it was a branch office. He's the head cook there in Philadelphia. So he will be returning tomorrow. And Krishna Rupa, where is she? Oh, there she is. She came from North Carolina, and she will be going to Dallas tomorrow also. Because I'm going to Detroit, I'm going to Dallas. They want to get the darshan of Radha Kalachandji also. And they've been here all week. And they know there's no more feasts, and tomorrow there's no feast here. They came here only to eat. And since there's nothing tomorrow, they're leaving. And they know they can go to the restaurant. And Krishna Priya is also there hiding. She's also going to Detroit. What time is your flight, Krishna Priya? Huh? Oh. She's going to Detroit to start her preaching. Now you should enroll many members. I gave you the first membership, huh? Huh? Okay. Thank you. How is Radha Damodar? Are they being well looked after? Is Narmada capable? What about Kasyapa? Where's Kasyapa? Is he going to worship? Did you do today the tradition? Was it difficult? Wonderful. Kasyapa has become a pujari now of the Shalagam Shila, Sudarshan Chakra deity. Every day he's worshipping. Right? And his wife is worshipping Radha Damodar and Prabhupada. Huh? Okay. Now, so everybody has to go occasionally to Kasyapa's house for darshan of Radha Damodar. Very good. But you can go more than once a month. Especially ladies can also go sometimes when they have when they have free time. The ladies. The new one is taking up where your son left off. I have another one to turn my attention to that. Your son is becoming a human being now, but this one is still an animal snake. Control yourself. So, so the ladies should try to visit Radha Damodar, and the men also, when you get chance, then you can have darshan. Because Narmada cannot come very often, right, to all the programs. So this is Krishna's arrangement for her to get more association. Everyone will be seeing Radha Damodar, then she can get more devotee association. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki, Iskandi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki, Nandakoti Vaishnavinda ki, Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki, Ranjagalo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki, Sri Siddhartha Krishna Gopina Sham Kundaradha Kundikiri Govardhan ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Mathura Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Namayi ki, Ganga Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Sam Veda Bhakti Vrinda ki, Sankirtan Yagna ki, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, Lord Premanandi.
Vishnuparamhamsa Parivratikacharya Sutarasta Shri Srimad Divine Loving Grace of Tamal Krishna Goswami Shila Gurudev Ki Shila Gurudev Ki Shila Gurudev Ki
Here, come on. Yes, yes. Okay, who wants this drum? Yeah. You missed your chance. Next time.